Hello there, I'm Jordan Owen, and as you can see, I'm still a massive piece of shit. And welcome to what can only be described as Part 3 of the Sarkeesian effect. Did you see that last week Sarkeesian spoke at the United Nations? Holy fuck, we've made her 1,000,000 times more culturally and politically powerful than she could ever have been without us. That is counterproductivity on a truly fucking epic scale. Gamergate is a bunch of fucking idiots. Anyway, enjoy this fucking awful movie.
Meh meh, meh meh, meh meh, meh 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 meh, meh meh, meh meh.
Now Anita never answers her critics, sort of like how I don't directly address the criticisms of this pathetic embarrassment of a movie. And in a recent video of mine, I even had the gall to mock my backers, who contacted me about why they had still yet to receive their promised copies of the movie. Because just when you think I can't be any more of a hypocritical shitbag, I always manage to sink even further. But anyway, I think it's about time that I dehumanized Anita's supporters by calling them a flock, which is definitely not what Gamergate acts like, especially considering the fact that some of them still support Davis O'Reilly after he was exposed as a blatant con artist. Hey Jordan, I didn't try to con anybody, you fucking degenerate. I mean, I know I blatantly lied in order to misappropriate money from people who didn't know any better, but that's technically fraud. Oh fuck, I should be in jail or some shit. But anyway, I'm just gonna blame the Jews or something, because, you know, they're fucking Jews. Damn it, Davis, will you fuck off already? Good God, man. Roll the fucking movie. Roll the movie! Hello again, I'm Alex Hinckley, and I'm still one of the most boring and nondescript people on the fucking planet. And I'm now going to tell you that Anita is some kind of magician who is able to control people's minds, or some shit. Why the fuck am I even in this movie, Jordan? It's ridiculous. Also, Jordan, can you sit there, audibly agreeing with me? This will further expose the fact that this is a stage-managed hit piece with carefully selected interviewees that you know will parrot back at you the same points that you already agree with, whilst you hypocritically call out others for living in an echo chamber and not listening to what the other side has to say. Now I'm going to give a really unconvincing condemnation of the rape and death threats sent to Anita Sarkeesian, and my complete lack of sincerity will be revealed when, with rape and death threats still on the fucking screen, I say, many gamers were fed up with seeing criticisms of Anita Sarkeesian's arguments and ethics being written off as harassment. I literally say that in the fucking movie, as there are rape and death threats on the fucking screen. I'm just too incompetent for words alone to do justice to the magnitude of my ineptitude. This film not only fails as a piece of honest journalism, it even manages somehow to fail as a piece of fucking propaganda too. It's absolutely ludicrous how fucking stupid I am. And now it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. We all knew it was coming, the only surprise being that it took over 35 minutes to arrive. It's the footage which every Gamergate asshole loves to see because apparently they think it's some kind of smoking gun.
I'm going to show you a remix that I just finished this weekend and no one else has seen. One person has seen it. It's a soundtrack of one song, except I'm doing video games. So it's not exactly a fandom. I'm not a fan of video games. I actually had to learn a lot about video games in the process of making this. And also, video games, like, I would love to play video games, but I don't want to go around shooting people and ripping off their heads, and it's just gross. So, hence this is my response to that.
Yes, she admitted that she was not a part of gamer culture, which is precisely what assholes everywhere had been telling women for decades. So yeah, apparently that's somehow a point in our favor. Also, she says that she had studied video games, which is apparently a bad thing for a video game critic to do. I don't know. And she also says that she doesn't like to play violent video games, which was something that we already fucking knew about her. So, we win? Apparently, somehow. Now the next segment will be me trying to compare Anita Sarkeesian to noted anti-video game crusader Jack Thompson in a further attempt to poison the well. But even this tactic is rather baffling, as I give Thompson the easiest ride of any interviewer ever, painting him in the best possible light because he also hates Anita. It would appear that I, Jordan Owen, believe that in fact I can have my cake and eat it. Anyway, hello there, Jack Thompson. Hello there, young Owen. I've been expecting you. Now I'm going to open my segment of the movie with a lame joke, and you should laugh loudly in a way that suggests that you've crawled so far up my ass that you've now taken up residence in my lower intestines. And please, at no point in this interview, bother to question me about my homophobic and racist attitudes, or the reasons as to why I was disbarred as a lawyer. Yes, I literally got kicked out of a profession whose day job it is to fucking lie for a living, and I was considered too unethical even for them. Also, Jordan, take my pronouncements at face value, especially when I say that I only wish to see the sale to children of adult content games banned, even though my past statements completely contradict this position. Also, I'm going to make fucking absurd arguments like this one.
You know, the question arises, am I in favor of censorship? Mm-hmm. My email address is amendment1@comcast.net.
Yeah. And even though that is such fucking donkey shite that a fucking child could see through it, you must leave it unchallenged because you're clearly the worst journalist in the history of mankind. Which makes it more than a tad ironic that you dare to criticize others for poor journalism. Jordan, you should leave a variety of body parts and your notes sticking out of the side of the screen, because seriously, you do it in every fucking scene of the movie. Also, something dark side, something complete, and extra points to anybody out there who gets that reference. Blah 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 blah. Jack Thompson seems to have great respect for constitutional freedoms. Blah 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 blah. No wonder nobody has any fucking respect for me whatsoever. Blah 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 blah. Did I mention how great Jack Thompson is yet? Blah 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 blah. Anita's a bitch.
I was originally going to say that we need to hold the media accountable for what they're teaching our young people, but no, really? Advertising directed specifically at young people needs to stop. Altogether, no exceptions. A precedent has already been set to implement these types of restrictions. Quebec has banned print and broadcast advertisements for youth under the age of 13, and Sweden has banned advertisements for youth under the age of 12.
Yes, I agree. Anita Sarkeesian is a bitch. And I guess she has a feminist take on all of this, which is such a ludicrously obvious point considering she was openly stated at the start of the project that that's the fucking position. I'm an idiot. Also, I think it's about time that I use the fallacy of relative privation in relation to women who suffer domestic abuse, because apparently I, Jack Thompson, believe that societies can only deal with one issue at a time, because I am a disingenuous and dishonest asshole. Plus, I also think it would be good to twice compare her to Islamist extremists, as well as comparing her receiving of the GDC Ambassador's Award with the time that Charles Lindbergh was given an award by Hitler. Seriously, I actually invoke Hitler in this fucking movie. ridiculous. Seriously, I am a total bag of rancid dog shit. Now, in terms of the death threats she received, well, I wasn't remotely concerned when I got them, so apparently that means she shouldn't care about the ones that she got. Because apparently I, Jack Thompson, believe myself to be the sole arbiter of how every other person should react in extreme situations. Also, let's totally ignore the rape threats that she got, because, you know, ethics and shit. And Jordan, all the way through this babbling trip into the psyche of a mad old man, you should audibly agree with everything I say, because it's pretty obvious to everybody at this stage that you've dispensed with even the flimsiest amount of effort in concealing your one-sided partisanship. Holy fuck, we are both awful people, aren't we? Also, throughout this interview, I am going to place my right hand in such a way that it makes it look like I'm cupping my balls. But anyway, now that I've finished rimming Jack Thompson's ring piece, I think it's time we attacked loads of other women in order to show how incredibly not sexist Gamergate is. I mean, look at these fucking bitches. Rebecca Watson was the first of the bitches who decided to be bitches in public because they're total fucking bitches, rather than just staying in the kitchen and making me a fucking sandwich. See, there's no sexism here whatsoever.
At the bar later that night, actually at 4 in the morning, we were at the hotel bar. 4 a.m. I said, you know, I've had enough, guys, I'm exhausted, going to bed. So I walked to the elevator, and a man got on the elevator with me and said, "Don't take this the wrong way, but I find you very interesting and I would like to talk more. Would you like to come to my hotel room for coffee?" Just a word to the wise here, guys, don't do that. You know, I don't really know how else to explain how this makes me incredibly uncomfortable, but I'll just sort of lay it out that I was a single woman, you know, in a foreign country at 4 a.m. in a hotel elevator with you, just you, and don't invite me back to your hotel room right after I finished talking about how it creeps me out.
Hi there, I'm Thunderfoot. Look at the size of my fucking neck, it's ridiculous. I'm still a fucking scientist. Now, I'm going to give a pathetic retelling of the elevator gate story, and make it seem like Rebecca Watson was being a melodramatic bitch, rather than calmly relating an experience she had had, because, you know, that's totally what ethical journalism is all about. Plus, I also seem weirdly preoccupied with protecting the reputation of atheism, even going as far as twice pointing out that it's unknown if the guy who propositioned her was an atheist or even attending the atheist conference, and I mention this as if it's even fucking remotely the point of the goddamn story. And I go through all this shit because I definitely, in no way, think and act as if atheism is a religion, and you can trust me on this point, because I'm friends with Richard Dawkins, praise be upon him. Also, I think it would be best if I strawmanned the shit out of Watson's arguments, by claiming that she had said that no men should ever hit on any women, even though she really obviously said nothing of the fucking kind. But I'm Thunderfoot, so I'm still going to say it anyway. I also outright lie at one point and say that she was hit on in a bar, when in fact it was in an elevator, as the name of the fucking thing would suggest. It's called Elevator Gate, not Bar Gate. I'm a twat. But I'll still assert shit which is such provably incorrect bullshit, because I'm Thunderfoot, and I'm a total prick. Also, I'm a scientist. Did I mention that yet? Hello there, I'm Jim Goad, and I'm a fucking Nazi. I mean, I'm the editor of Techies Mag, whatever the fuck that shit is. Anyway, I'm going to make a series of rather banal points about lacking empathy because I suffered in prison, even though I was only in prison for crimes which I had committed, and therefore I shouldn't bring it up as if I was somehow wronged or a victim of a fucking crime myself, 'cause I'm a proper dickhead. Anyways, as I ramble on like a proper cunt, Jordan Owen very loudly agrees with me about fucking everything. and at one point laughs extremely loudly at a joke that was so unfunny that it makes bone cancer seem humorous by comparison. Zig Heil!
Mimi, 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 Mimi. Me 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 me